Hi, my name is Grandma Party,
Hey everyone, I'm Nidoking.
and I've asked him today for here to be on my TED Talk. Today we're going to talk about art. I was trying to sound British, and I just ended up sounding like Sean Connery.
So what's odd? This is an updog joke, right?
What's up, dog?
I have no idea, but I have a feeling this game is going to try to tell me.
God damn it. Oh, you broke my heart. You broke my heart. I was trying to get someone to do that joke for years.
Well, I could have done it, but it's so derivative.
It's not derivative. It is a pure and essential good.
I've been watching too many calculus videos.
One time, Gracadillo, who did a commentary on this video, was doing a yoga class with me, and the teacher said, "Go into up dog." And he loudly asked, "What's up, dog?" And I quickly had to excuse myself. Oh, anyway, this was the side quest about the stop signs that became alive outside of Michael's house.
Oh yeah, there were things that people actually wanted you to do in this game.
It's just another straightforward battle that we destroy with LP Toss. And we get a chance to see the gnomes.
We've seen these moving stop signs before, right? There's nothing special about this one except it's right in the middle of the road.
Pretty much, it's just hanging out. But subquest. At night. I guess it's stalking Michael. Now, one of the things I wanted to posit to you, having read your full essay, is that I believe all art is derived of suffering.
It's an interesting thought. As someone who has both tried to create art and suffered from depression at various times, I really don't like to think of it that way.
You know, I'm a bit of a nihilist, so I do, because I think my best art comes from pain, which is why this LP is any reasonably enjoyable thing to watch, because I'm in pain.
Yeah, I guess my thought is kind of similar. I think that art comes from feeling that something is lacking in your life or in something that you've observed, and art is trying to fill that gap.
Huh.
I mean, that's where most of my inspiration comes from. You know, I'll see a story somewhere and I'll say, I like that, but I think I'd rather see it happen this way. And the only way to make that happen is to write it myself.
I respect that. I've learned that of my art, people like to watch me in pain and suffering, which is why I've chosen to do this and also play bad games.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to seeing the suffering of others and either wanting things to get better so that it feels like our own suffering can improve, but also there can be some catharsis in saying, at least it's not me that's suffering from this.
Yeah. Or you are simply so unlikable, nobody wants you to win, and so they cheer for you to lose.
That hits home.
No. You seem nice. You seem like a nice boy.
Yeah, I'm well aware of that, but there's also the imposter syndrome. Am I really nice, or am I just faking it so that everyone will think I'm nice and treat me that way?
You're a sweet boy, and I won't have anyone tell you about that.
Yeah, but the very nature of being is to be in pain.
God damn it. God damn it. Oh, I'm dying now.
The game itself is undermining you right here as we're talking over it.
You know, Vella's so far been the only character I like. But this is when I just like, God, Vella, shut up. Who's up for a 12-minute speech?
Is it too late to just pause the video and bail?
No, you're in here. You're stuck. You live here now. She's got a captive audience. I will allow you to make fart sounds in the microphone, though.
That's okay. I think I've gotten my bad joke quote out of the way.
Absolutely not. There is always room for more bad jokes. I've been dunked on with that stupid ghost at least 4 times through various comments in my PMs.
I think all I did was say, I've got an essay that I want to write about postmodern art.
Can you condense your essay?
I think I probably can, but we're going into the mine dungeon later, right?
We are, but we have a lot of time right now.
Ah, okay. So basically, this is how I think of it. Picture a movie that's got a character in it. Let's call this character Gerald, just to put a name on him. And every time Gerald is on screen, there's always a vase with a flower behind him. Just somewhere framed in the shot with Gerald is this flower, always visible.
What kind of flower?
It's not really important to the example, but let's say a daisy.
Daisies are for friendship.
And that's what I'm saying, is a symbolist is someone who's going to look at that flower every time Gerald is on screen, and about halfway through the movie is going to say, let me tell you something about Gerald that I've observed. And just from the fact that that flower was there, they're able to tell you everything that Gerald is going to do in the last third of the movie. Everything that he's going to do, every decision he's going to make, everything that's going to happen to him. They know this just because somebody framed that flower in the shot with him every time.
Who is this person?
I don't know. I didn't actually make the movie.
Good, because I hate them.
And when I watch the movie, I don't even notice that flower is there. Unless maybe I watch the movie 5 or 6 times, I know everything there is to know about Gerald, and suddenly I notice, wow, that flower's always in the background. That's really clever. I already have to know what it means before I notice that it's there. So now, that's your modern art. So now picture the same movie, except every time Gerald walks into the room, he's carrying this vase with the daisy in it, and he puts it somewhere so that when he's in the shot, it'll be there behind him. Everything else about the movie is exactly the same.
Okay.
So now, I notice that the flower's there, because it's actually a thing in the movie. Someone is interacting with it. But that same person who saw it and said so many insightful things about Gerald doesn't even notice that the flower is there. Because it's no longer a trick of cinematography. It's now a literal prop in the movie. It's no longer something about Gerald. It's now just a flower.
That person sucks.
Possibly. I mean, they just see things differently than I do. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just don't operate on that level. But I think that's postmodern art.
The vase or the symbolist?
The art. Taking something that would otherwise have been a symbol and making it a literal thing in the movie.
I hate it. All I'm good at is hating Nidoking. But I'm good at this now.
Fair enough. I mean, there's a level beyond that if you really want to.
Oh, let's do it. I'm rock hard right now. Let's do it.
So go back to the first movie, the one where the flower was just kinda there in the background, and let's show it to some focus groups. Figure out how long it takes them to notice that the flower is there. Figure out what is the optimal time for people to notice this flower says something about this character. Rewind the movie about 3 minutes, and have Gerald say, hey, did anyone notice this flower that's always there whenever I'm around? How weird is that?
And who are these people?
Which people?
The people that are... No. God damn it, you lost me.
So the point is, we're taking, again, something that is symbolic, that's not literally a part of the movie, and we're making it literal, just pulling it into the literal space and turning it into something that exists in the movie, and is clearly not symbolic of anything.
So we're painting a smiley face with some googly eyes on the flower, and putting it as a character.
That's another way you could do it, yeah. I mean, that's more the Undertale approach, but...
Yeah.
Pretty much anything that takes something that clearly...
Wait, what should we do?
We should just play the record, I think.
I agree with you. If Vella wanted to kiss, she could kiss us.
Yeah, we've just had this weird up and down relationship with her over time, and, here she is telling us this probably horrible story about her past that I didn't notice because I was thinking about Gerald and flowers.
You know, it added some character depth, but ultimately the way they do it in this game is terrible.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would trust Yiik's impressions of character depth. I'd prefer these characters to be as shallow as possible.
So you want to play a Final Fantasy game?
Maybe one of the earlier ones. You know, kind of just a walking bundle of abilities. It seems to be what this game is, well, I would say best at, but I'm not sure it's really good at anything.
It's good at making me hurt.
And it certainly does make you feel weird about everything.
It's like puberty for your mind. Feeling all sweaty and awful again.
And I'm trying to respect what the game wants to do and has utterly failed at. But I'm not really sure I understand what that is.
Do you think they understand what it is?
I can't tell.
By the way, this is every fight I have now. You see, the sheep men represent people who believe everything they're told.
Yeah, it could be. I was thinking sheepmen represent my desire to fall asleep.
By the way, we have some unfinished business to attend to.
Getting the brown paper bag?
That was one of them. But also, I went looking for Sammy Park and the Dick Masterson. What I found was that motherfucker who emasculated us. Who made us run like a bitch.
Oh yeah, that's right. There was this fella down here. I kept thinking, now that we have the ability to get rid of him, we should come back.
Yeah, we're gonna wreck his day. He knows what he did.
I'm kinda sad that I followed that much continuity.
I never forget the slights against me. You gotta learn how to hold a grudge, Nidoking. You gotta learn how to take that hate deep within you and never let it go.
No, I have grudges. I'm just really good at forgetting things that I was supposed to do earlier in the game and never got around to.
He didn't emasculate you, but now I've got my not girlfriend here to save me. She did great. And the background music is still terrible.
That's also true.
How is this boss fight music?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure that it's really a boss if the only thing that could kill it is a one-hit attack.
I'll give you that. I was looking for Dick Masterson in here because he's the key to the third ending. But there's a very sad Discord full of very sad boys who have not found him yet.
Yeah, I read that story. There's a game that I've been kind of on and off designing little bits of, and I'm pretty sure I don't actually have the chops to make it.
What's it about?
It's about collecting treasure.
Okay.
Oh goody, we're in the mine dungeon.
You know you're not getting out of a Yiik LP without a trip to the mine dungeon.
True, but at least we managed to find a nice tangent. So I want to call this game Treasure Get, and the whole idea is you want to get as many treasures as you can.
Okay.
And these are going to be found all over the place. There are some that are just sitting out there in the main path of the game. There are some that are really well hidden. There are going to be some that, you know, you've got Fez-style puzzles you've got to solve in order to unlock them. And the big gimmick of Treasure Get is there's no percentage. It'll tell you the number of treasures you've gotten, and the achievements will be tied to stuff like, 50 treasures, 100 treasures, 200 treasures. There's no achievement for getting all the treasures. I'm never going to tell anybody how many treasures there are in the game. So there's absolutely no way to know when you've gotten them all or how many more there are to get. You just have to keep searching the game endlessly. But the best part is, I know people are going to dig into the source code and just search for what are all the treasures in the game. So one of the treasures is going to be a dummy treasure that doesn't actually exist in the game. It's just there in the game inventory to fill it up. And the description of this treasure is going to be, congratulations, you attempted to break the game and learn where all the treasures are, and now you know for certain that there's a treasure in the game you can never get. You, personally, can never get 100% completion of this game, please don't infect anybody else with this knowledge.
You know how I said I was good at hating things? I hate it. Makes me mad.
Hey, you dragged it out of me. You asked, and now you've been infected with that knowledge. Please never spread it to anyone else.
I'm mad about it. Don't play this man's game. There's not going to be a treasure you can't get in it.
Well, there's not a treasure that all those people can't get, because they don't know about it.
I'm going to try to get it. I'm going to hack your source code, put it into the game, and then get it. How you like them apples?
Then it's not my game, now it's yours.
Then I made the better game because I can get the treasure.
Did I make the right choice?
But is being able to get the dummy treasure really an accomplishment?
Yes.
Okay, then maybe you made the better game.
I did great, thank you. I'll take all the royalties now.
Alright, well, here's your cut. I'll just send it over Discord.
I appreciate that, you're a kind boy. What the hell?
Didn't think so. Of course you can.
This is some bipolar crow here.
This crow's got some issues.
I'm sure it does. I would love to offer some assistance to this crow, but I don't know what the issues are.
Do you think the crow has its own mind dungeon?
And then there would have to be some entity in that with its own mind dungeon.
Or maybe it's just a tiny Alex, and it's recursive.
Or maybe this whole game is someone else's mind dungeon.
It does feel like I'm trapped here forever.
It's your mind dungeon.
Why you gotta make it like that?
Hey, we were talking about postmodern art. That's the kind of thing that happens.
I still think Catherine's winning, with postmodern art being anything she does not like.
Yeah, if you want to break it down and be really, really simple, you can do that, I suppose.
That's the mark of a true communicator. You can make a complicated thing very simple.
Yeah, I could probably make complicated things really simple. I'm very good at analogies.
I'm just really impressed at how soothing your voice is.
Oh, well, thank you.
Would you like to tell me a story?
Well, once upon a time, this video ended, and it'll be in about 2 minutes. And then I'll go and do some other stuff with my life.
Figure out the question. Me.
Needs work.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, give me a couple minutes to think about it.
I was gonna say, I'd prefer a story about Grandma Party doing amazing things with his life instead of being stuck in the mind dungeon.
It's peaceful.
Well, the game can only have finitely so much content.
True. I think we've got about 10 episodes left. And then I get to play a fun game. By the way, our luck is maxed out completely. So now every hit is a critical hit.
And yet you're still just going to be throwing records at everything.
Absolutely. And editing out most of the fights.
Yeah, it's kind of an issue that I've got with a lot of games. They just trivialize so much of their very own content.
I mean, that's the issue with RPGs, is that most of the content is just filler.
And every morality system ever. I've found very few that meet all my criteria for being a proper morality system.
How do they fail?
Well, most of them don't give every choice weight. You know, if I can get to the end of your game making, say, all the good choices, and the final choice in the game doesn't actually make me stop and think, do I want to do the good thing, or do I want to do the evil thing, then your morality system just doesn't work.
Why do good things happen to bad people?
Because they didn't give a good morality system. And the other problem is, there's always some kind of reward for doing all good or all evil. So, you know, you're really just making one moral choice over the course of the game, instead of lots and lots of moral choices.
I wanted to see if I could sneak in.
Why would you want to go back in there?
There might be Dick Masterson in there. We could be friends.
I think we've pretty conclusively determined he doesn't exist.
I've got
and
dreams.
In a few seconds, neither will I.
I will miss you.
You have no evidence that I was ever here.
Good night, sweet prince.